Welcome to Exclusive Reviews. I am your host, Eric.
And I'm David, the Speed Force guy.
Today is Friday. We saw Guardians of the Galaxy yesterday, and it was awesome.
That's right. A movie that was not very known, not known product or franchise, but it's exceeded, I think, both of our expectations. We had a blast in this film, and we're just going to talk about a few things that we liked, disliked, and our overall thoughts, without giving away too much.
Let me just say this. Marvel, the proper Marvel Studios, is on a roll right now with their films. Everyone, Captain America, Avengers, they're pretty much on track, successful rate.
Yeah, I mean they've been a proven franchise, and they're just on a roll, like you said. And I don't see them slowing down. I mean, if they did this well with Guardians, which is an unknown property, the sky's the limit for these guys, and they just proved it again.
All right, well, let's get into it. One thing that really stands out from this film more than anything else is the characters. They're just so rich and unique. They each contribute their own thing. Yeah. Personally, I really liked Groot. He was awesome.
Yeah, and I would follow up with Groot's little sidekick, which was Rocket, which was I'm guessing everybody's favorite in this film. And you can't blame him. I mean, it's a rocket with a gun. I mean,
Rocket Raccoon. He's pretty hilarious throughout the whole film.
Yeah.
You know what? Every character, with the exclusion of Zoe Saldana's character, has humor into himself. Even Bautista's Drax character was funny at times, and this film has funny scenes throughout the whole film. And even there can be a hardcore action scene, and they'll still drop in some humor throughout that.
Yeah, a humor which was consistent throughout the movie. They didn't stop, and even in a serious situation, they found a way to sprinkle some of that humor in there. So that's what I enjoyed. That the humor was constant.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked with the universe.
Yeah.
It didn't take you out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this film, like you mentioned earlier, it's unknown property, which I thought was great because of the fact that as a fan, you weren't expecting a certain storyline. You weren't expecting them to do this or to do that. Like it was X-Men. You already know most of the story, so you're expecting them to do that. Yeah. And when they don't do that, you get upset.
Yeah.
This one, I didn't know anything about Guardians. I saw it for the first time without knowing anything, and it was awesome. They could do whatever, and I was okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, same here. And I mean, when they announced they were gonna make a Guardians, I was like, okay. So I had to look up online and check out their backstories and whatnot. And I was like, at first I was like, oh man, like they're taking a big risk because this is really crazy characters,
Yeah.
So, but like you say, they made it work. So I mean, I was happy with what turned out.
Yeah, definitely. Now the story of the film, I guess you could say if there's any weak point, it'd be the story. It's your basic group of misfits gets together to stop a bad guy type storyline.
Yep. I mean, let's start off with who was in it, because most of these are pretty much not that big, but we got Chris Pratt leading role as Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And then you have Zoe Saldana playing Gamora. And I thought their chemistry was pretty good, between the two.
Yeah.
And who else do we have?
Drax was played by Dave Bautista for the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Cooper, of course, was Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
And guess what? Vin Diesel voice acting for Groot.
Yeah.
And, he only has 3 words, and yet he was able to pull off emotions behind the words. It wasn't all the same.
Yeah, I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He nailed the role. Bradley Cooper, you couldn't tell that was him. I was expecting him to at least be able to tell that was him, but he was able to disguise his voice and match Rocket's personality and appearance. So.
Yeah, definitely. And for you Walking Dead fans, Michael Rooker was in there. He plays Earl from the Walking Dead, and you would think he would have a little minor role here or there, but he pretty much was current throughout the film.
At first, like I say, I thought he was just gonna be in the beginning, but he was constant throughout the film, and at the end he had a pretty cool scene.
Yeah. He's definitely pretty hardcore. I was wondering why they were so scared of him, but you definitely find out why.
Yeah. Amongst the the bad guys, you have Lee Pace, which he plays Ronan the Accuser, and Karen Gillian, which plays Nebula. It's not the obviously Benicio del Toro was in there too. I thought he did okay.
Yeah, he carried on his role. He carried his role from Thor into this one.
Yeah, the end credit scene. So
and we did get a view at Thanos for the upcoming Marvel film.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought we were just gonna see like glimpses here and there, maybe like a back shot of
just mention him.
Yeah, like a back shot of his throne or something. But yeah, he turns around and there he is. He's
talking
cool.
and everything.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
Now, for you parents thinking taking your children to watch this film, there will be the occasional curse word here or there, but they don't overuse it. They pretty much try to keep it PG-13 throughout the whole thing. But how films are nowadays, they gotta drop it in at least once or twice.
Yeah, I mean the adult humor was a bit stronger than other Marvel movies, but we gotta take in consideration this is unlike any other Marvel movie we've ever seen. So
it is unique.
They you can tell the director was let loose on his reins of directing this film. He added his own flavor and style, and it just works for this film.
Watching this film is what I imagine Star Wars was like when it came out in the 70s. So that's kind of our generation's version of that.
It had that Star Wars, Indiana Jones kind of, and a little combination of a little bit of everything.
Definitely. So, David, time for the final score. 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
I got to give this a 8.5 out of 10. There was some minor, negatives, which, the bad guy was obviously weak. Wasn't too much, development for him. But other than that, you can just tell that they've just focused on the characters, building the character, the relationship. They just focused on that, and it just worked, and I enjoyed it, and I didn't mind at all. I mean, it was just a fun time. It reminded me of watching the Avengers.
Yeah, it's definitely that similar humor you had in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and give this film a 9 out of 10. The way I rate the movies is, was I happy when I left the theater? Yes, I was. Was I impressed? Was it a great story? Will I watch it again? Yeah. Yes, to all of them. 9 out of 10.
Yeah. The 3D we didn't touch. We saw this in 3D.
Yeah, the 3D works. It wasn't like Planet of the Apes where there was no real need for it.
Yeah.
You have spaceships, you have fire, you have explosions, alien blood, all that.
You actually have stuff coming at you. So yeah, the 3D was good.
So yeah, spend an extra $3 on 3D. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was our reviews. Leave comments below, subscribe, and tell your friends. Till next time, this is Exclusive Reviews.
Peace.